What's up Top 10 fam? Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm your host Ayman Hassan and welcome back to another video. Now I had no idea what an elf on a shelf was because I don't celebrate Christmas, but thankfully the whole office explained it to me, so thanks guys. I don't see anything particularly ominous about these elves on shelves, but I mean some of them look bloody creepy. So let's find out more. These are the top 10 scary elf on a shelf stories. Starting us off at number 10 is Pennywise the elf. Now elves I can definitely do, but not when they look like the clown of my literal nightmares and lucid dreams, which is exactly what this one is. Like, this elf is straight up sitting on this fireplace with a face that could kill. I don't even know if that's Pennywise trying to smile but just inherently looking creepy or what, but I'm royally screwed up about it. The parents that put this one up didn't just want their kids to just be nice kids, they wanted their kids to straight up be terrified of them, of Santa Claus, of being bad. They wanted their kids to regret every single bad thing they ever did. Who even made this? Where do you even get an elf like that? I'm just so confused. Like, is this like a special order elf? This elf has literally eaten other kids and is going to eat the kids of whichever house it's in now, so don't say I didn't freaking warn you, cause I did. Coming in at number 9 are the 3. What the hell is going on in this gif, you guys? What is this? We have 3 elves all with white glazed over eyes and they're out here just chopping up 2 other elves. I feel like the middle female elf is in charge of what's happening. She's got stitches going across her forehead, she has these creepy pointy teeth, and you can see blood in her mouth, so clearly she's not only a scary elf, she's a cannibalistic one. And what I always say, you guys, in every video, well, the videos that apply, don't trust people who eat their own kind. That's like rule number 1. That's the first rule you should learn when you come out of the womb. You know what I mean? And why are they killing these poor elves? And it's just gory as well. The one on the right looks like a baby elf, like it's so small and they proper gutted it, intestines out and everything. The one on the left is getting his arm chopped off, so let's just say I'm very glad I'm not either of those elves, because I'd be screwed. At number 8 we have the zombie elf. I don't know who would think of an elf and be like, you know what, he's most likely a zombie, BRB while I fix him up. Like, I don't see the link between both at all unless the person happened to be watching The Walking Dead at the same time and got inspired. Like, that's the only logical explanation for all of this and I fully believe that. Now this elf's head is peeling off, his eyes are yellow and red, he's got pointed teeth with his jaw exposed because it's either been eaten off by another zombie elf or he got hungry and just ate it off himself. Sometimes you can't wait for dinner, what can you say? I've been that person. But the worst part is that his ribs are exposed because his skin has melted off and oh, his intestines are coming out as well. I'm so confused, like, is this a Christmas thing or is it a Halloween thing? Like, someone please tell me what's going on. Filling on number 7 slot is family. I don't think there's a single thing about this photo that doesn't creep me out. Firstly, the elf's eyes are just staring at me a certain way, making me feel guilty when I know I haven't done anything wrong. Secondly, he's sitting so calmly like he's just hatched an evil plan to kill me and looking at me just putting him at peace. He's just so happy looking at me knowing I'm gonna die. And that's just him alone. Now we can get onto the 5 picture frames, all of varying sizes of this elf. Like, what did you do with the rest of my family? And why are all these pictures like those preteen photo shoots that girls do with their friends? Like, if I got home and saw this, I would 100% know that this elf has caused harm and will cause harm again. To me, specifically. And now number 6 is Mr. Sparkles. What the hell is this? I don't even know what creature this is, but it does have fantastic bone structure, I will give it that. Those cheekbones are honestly sharper than the knife some of my friends have used to stab me in the back. I love my jokes, I really do. Anyway, Mr. Sparkles was marketed as an alternative elf for your shelf, and I feel like we have very different definitions of alternative. It looks like Sparkles' face has melted, his nose is fully not there, I don't know where it is, I wasn't able to locate it for this video, I'm sorry about that. His smile is also melting off, so there's that. He looks like he wants to kill himself and that he already did, but his maker was like, nah, you ain't getting off that easy, I'ma sculpt you back together. And I feel like no one is buying this. Like, I appreciate your effort, but nobody is buying this. Coming in at number 5 is Mum of the Year. Around 2 Christmases ago, Brittany Meese admitted she's that over-the-top Christmas perfect mum. Her family elf is called Elphys, and so one day when her kids weren't looking, Brittany tried to move the elf, but they came back into the room too early, so she kind of just shoved Elphys into the oven thinking she'd move him later. Completely forgetting Elphys in there for a few days, she went on to cook something for the kids and turned on the oven. You can well imagine what happened next. Elphys got burnt and mangled to a level no elf should ever be. His head was almost sinking into himself. His feet were melted, his neck was melted, it was truly a tragedy. Now when looking at this show, one of her kids started hysterically crying, one started screaming, one started bugging Brittany to call Santa so he could save Elvis, and the other kid was just glad the snitch was dead. Which kid would you be in this situation? I'd 100% be the last. Snitch is dead. Bye. At number 4 is the serial killer elf. Now there are so many things an elf should be. I'm talking cute, willing to make and distribute presents, be a sweet friend, and maybe a shoulder to cry on if need be. But the one thing that they definitely should not be are serial killers, and that's exactly what this one is. He's literally wearing the Hannibal mask, and I'm like, dude, just eat me now and just save me the horror, honestly. The elf's got blood on his gloves, on his shirt, on his face, it's seeping out of his hairline. Like, did he just eat one elf or did he devour the whole population? And can you just stop for a second? Can we all just stop and imagine the effort that went into making this elf-sized Hannibal mask just for this elf on a shelf? Like, these parents went to a great deal of effort to be weirdly bizarre. I mean, if that's your king, you can go for it. Filling our number 3 slot is REDRUM. I always saw people getting REDRUM tattoos and writing it everywhere when I was growing up, and it took me so long to figure out that it said murder backwards. And I was like, oh wow, so edgy and hipster, you guys. Haha, you're so cool. But this elf on a shelf is the furthest thing from hipster, and is actually the closest thing to haunting you in your sleep. It's literally sitting in the bathroom, not even on a shelf, and it's holding a bloody knife. And if it was a blunt knife, I would have been like a lot more okay with it, but it's freaking serrated, you guys. You know a serrated knife is serious. We're not screwing around with a serrated knife. Like, you already know that will cut deep. Like, it'll cut you the way you cut a piece of lamb and you can see the muscle fibers just tearing. Like, that's gonna be you. Congrats. Merry Christmas. Now above the elf and weapon is the word REDRUM written in what looks to be blood. Like, whose blood is that, mate? Is it one of the parents that brought you and put you there? Is it one of the kids doing drugs in that bathroom? Like, who did you kill? I need to know. But I'm just glad it's not me, so I don't really care. Now at number 2 is Billy the Puppet. Now if you've seen any of the Saw movies, then you know how gruesome they are, and you also know the feeling of wanting to take Billy the Puppet and rip him a new one. I've never wanted to kill a puppet more in my entire life than I've wanted to kill that one, so you already know what's going on. This elf isn't even on a shelf, it's on the toilet roll dispenser in someone's house, and it's wearing the mask of Billy the Puppet. And it's not even bloody toilet paper on the dispenser, it's duct tape. You know the kind of serial killer puts on your mouth before he tortures you for information you don't even have? Yeah, that kind. And the cherry on top is the sign next to the elf that says, I want to play a game. Like, imagine these kids just looking forward to Christmas and trying to have such a jolly December, but they can't because their parents are freaking freaks and want them to shit themselves out of fear, not need, every time they go to the bathroom. Like, I just don't need that negative energy in December. I don't need it. The decade is over. I don't need you being weird around me. Like, what does that even imply? Like, if I was naughty this year, you're gonna cut my arm off? Like, is that what I take from this? Like, what is happening? And finally, at number 1 is the monster elf. Bruh, what the hell is this? It was being sold as a horror demon evil elf on the shelf, and I was like, say no more, I'm not purchasing this. If I saw this in my house, I would actually just full on move house, no hesitation. I feel like this isn't even something parents would buy, this is something that would just end up in your house on its own accord somehow. But to its credit, I feel like that's what actual elves do look like. They don't look like that cute small human versions we actually see. But to its credit, I feel like that's what actual elves look like. They don't look like the small cute human versions that we actually see. The reality is in fact that creepy. I just hate the full black eyes and the lines going through its eyes and its mouth. Like, why? That was a design feature that just didn't need to be there. If that was in my room, I know it would give me nightmares. Like, how can it not looking like that? That's the kind of doll that either possesses you or kills your whole family. There is a no in between. And for the full frontal view, here is a picture. Need I say more? I don't think so. And that's it for today's video, guys. I didn't realize elves on shelves could be this creepy. I don't think I've ever been to a friend's house who's had one, and in retrospect, I think that was a blessing in disguise. Let me know if you guys have an elf on a shelf in your house, and as always, I'm your host, Eamon Hassan, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!